Don't be snoring on no meth. Don't be having booty sex on the steps. Don't be in the cafeteria trying to eat a little cooter. Hey Centipede! Oops, 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 oops. I am giving you the only video you need to watch before going to high school. The only one. I remember before I went to high school, I was watching like 25 videos back to back. They will all say the same thing, and then there will be like one or two things that were different. I'm giving you my ultimate survival guide, and this is going to get you all the way through high school. I'm talking about freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. I just graduated as a senior. I know what I'm talking about. Unless things change after the pandemic, which they probably haven't. Let me start off by giving you guys my credentials, okay? I changed schools all the way from kindergarten until 9th grade. I never stayed at a school longer than 1 year, and if I did, I left and I came back. 9th grade year, that was me starting off completely fresh, brand new school, brand new people. But I saw a couple of people from my old middle schools and elementary schools, but it was essentially a fresh slate. 9th through 10th grade, I attended the exact same high school as an IB student, and then I had to leave my 11th grade year, dropping IB and going into an entirely different new school. And then the pandemic hit and it was a disaster, and then I ended up going back to my old school for 12th grade and graduated from there with honors. I can cover a lot of things for new students, transferring students, smart students, stupid students. We're finna cover everything, okay babes? Before I break the meat down, before we get deep into everything, before I make you dig your hand in the big fat chum bucket, let me tell you something. High school is not scary. I'm going to repeat again. High school is not scary. You have no reason to be terrified. High school is just more school. That's really what it is. I don't know why everyone makes, maybe it's because a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows represent high school and they show all of these gritty aspects, but high school is not like that. TV shows, movies, high school is not depicted accurately in any one of them. Also, there's no reason to fear because this video is going to help you through everything. I mean everything. If you are graduating middle school, so that means you're leaving from the 8th grade, you're going into the 9th grade, or maybe your 9th grade year was affected by the pandemic, so you're going into high school in the 10th grade. You really didn't get that freshman year experience. I'm going to talk about all of those things, but let's break down the 4 levels of high school. You have freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Freshmen are typically shown as the awkward, just coming in, scared newcomers. Sophomores are pretty sure in what they're doing. They're pretty cocky. They think they have everything down pat. Juniors, they're ready to be seniors and they're ready to leave. Senior year is the year that you're trying to cherish everything because you're realizing that you're old and you're finna die. And you're also getting prepared for college and everything else and above. And child, I thought I saw a rat. Senior year is essentially the year that you're getting prepared for college, getting prepared for essentially life as a senior. So it's a little bit scary that year, but that's typically how everyone is depicted. Let's get into the reality of the situation. I'm about to debunk a lot of things, and the first thing we're debunking is high school like TV shows and movies. I already said earlier that it's not. High school is nothing like Euphoria, High School Musical, Twilight. Is nothing like that. As soon as you open the door, you're not going to fall in love with a vampire, and Sharpay is not going to push you in the locker, and you're not going to get hooked on any drugs. Well, you might. It honestly depends. Okay. I'm not gonna. You might get hooked on drugs. Listen, don't do drugs. Do not do drugs, kids. Do A won't have an attitude. R, I will respect myself. E, I will educate me. Now I'm gonna beat the R. The second thing I'm debunking is, do seniors really flirt with freshmen? A lot of times, as a senior myself and as like other seniors, they don't even know that you're freshmen because the school is so big. You literally have freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. They just know they've never seen you before, and if they find you attractive, they're going to try to talk to you. It's not no like, oh, the new set of freshmen coming in, let me see. It's more like, oh, a pretty new face, and they're going to try talking to you because they've never seen you before. And typically a lot of times they'd be like, oh, I've never seen you before, who are you? Freshman year, you really need to focus a lot more on establishing yourself, and don't establish yourself with someone else. Make yourself an individual. Establish yourself as an individual. Do not establish yourself as a friend group. Do not establish yourself as a relationship. Do not do that. Are there a lot of parties in high school? There are a moderate amount of parties. It's not nothing crazy. You're not going to be jumping off of the roof. You're not going to see somebody doing a line of coke on the table. It honestly depends on who you surround yourself with. If you know who is throwing the party is typically a reflection of themselves. If you go to a party where the girl is known for sex and drugs, the party is probably going to be a lot of sex and drugs. If you go to a party for someone who is having like good music taste and they known to like kick back and vibe, it's probably going to be a kick back and vibe type of party. Make sure you know who is throwing the party as well. You should not just be showing up to random people's houses. Now we're finna get into some topics, okay? The first topic we're going to get into is a topic that everybody needed help with. I'm talking everyone. Everyone is shaking in their boots. Friendships. Do not stress about friendships in high school. Friendships is the last thing you need to be stressing about, okay? People will come and go in your life just like this. Making friends in high school is the easiest thing you can probably do. Half the time, you're gonna make too many friends. You do not need a huge amount of friends. Okay, you need to keep your circle small. Have a couple of friends that are close-knit, that you make sure you go to things with and you hang out with, and then have acquaintances, people that you can see in the hallway, say hey, what's up. Do not make any enemies in high school. Enemies is the last thing you need for these 4 years of your life. How to acquire friends. Okay, if you are coming in from a new school and you're scared and you don't know how to get friends, gain friends, you have to approach people. You have to talk to people. If someone is wearing a Jaden Smith hoodie and I like Jaden Smith, I walk up to them and be like, oh, I love Jaden Smith. What's your favorite song? And typically they will respond and be like, oh, my favorite song is Summertime in Paris. Oh, for real? The one with Willow on it? Yes, I love me some Willow. Oh my gosh, have you heard her new album? Oh my gosh, yes, TikTok is ruining Transparent Soul though. Oh my gosh, really? Do you make TikToks? I promise it is so easy to start up a conversation. Just walk up to them, give them a compliment, talk about something that you can see on their exterior, ask them where they got something from. If they mention a shop, be like, oh, I've never shopped there. How was, just make conversation. Because a lot of people were asking, where do I sit in the cafeteria? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in there, the cafeteria is gonna be full. Where am I gonna sit? Lunch is in the middle of the day. So try to make friends in those classes that you're in already. So when you go to lunch, you can probably just find one of your friends from your previous classes and be able to sit with them. It's fine to sit somewhere by yourself and just have your phone out and chill. And then the next couple periods of classes, you try to find another friend. And then the next day, they'll probably be in your lunch. I promise you, everything is so easy in high school. Keeping friends is a whole nother problem. This is where you need to realize sometimes you gain friends in high school and it's simply because they're in your high school. This is a good time for you to recognize that in your friends. And that goes for if you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. It's time for you to recognize that some of these people you only friends with because you saw them every day. But keeping friends is an entirely different situation because high school can be very drama filled. Long as you keep yourself out of the drama. Keep yourself out of drama. Don't spread no business. Don't tell your business. Do not tell your business. Mind your business. Matter of fact, look, let me show y'all something. Let me say something. Business. Don't tell it. Mind it. Your business. Mind it. Mind your business. All the way through high school. If you don't take nothing else from this video, you need to take mind your business with you. You know to mind your business, right? We already know minding your business is the key to high school, okay? Now, peer pressure. You cannot be influenced into doing something because other people are doing it, because guess what? You're minding your business. You don't even know what these people are doing. Oh my goodness, everybody's doing crack, girly. What? Because you're just in your business. You're minding your business, and that's going to save you from peer pressure, and that's also going to save you from bullies. Bullies like to just attack people to get a reaction, but if you stay to yourself, mind your business, only kiki with the few friends that you have, and you don't go spreading around information, you honestly just mind yours, no bully is going to come to you. Don't talk about anyone, period. Don't talk about nobody, period. I don't care if your friend, quote unquote, comes up to you and is like, "Ooh, girl, do you see her hair?" Don't even give them a response. You're thinking these your friends, but they gonna go back to the person and be like, "Girl, they was just kicking about your hair." People do not care about putting themselves on the line if they're gonna put you on the line. So just don't talk about nobody, period. When you have a mean thought, just keep it to yourself, because first of all, if they can't fix it, don't tell them. When you get this social life of all of these friends that you are going to make in high school, because you are going to make friends, once you get this social life, you may have questions of, how do I balance my social life and how do I balance my classes? A good way to balance your social life and your academic life or your school life is when you're in school, you're in school. And what I'm saying is, if your first period teacher gives you homework and you're in your second period class and they're not doing anything, y'all are just having a good time kicking around, that's a good time to get your first period homework done. Homework essentially needs to become classwork. You need to find time to do your homework at class. Worried about what's going on at school, at your house. And honestly, that gives you such a peace of mind and clarity when you get that done. I know a lot of classes, the homework is extensive and you cannot get it done during the class day. First of all, teachers should not be giving out homework that you can't do during school. That's so stupid to me. Like, what? Just make sure you're like, when I get home, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to knock it out, and I'm going to get it done, and then I can go about my social life and I can do what I want to do. Now, with friendships and social life, you may want to have a romantic life. I'm telling you this right here, right now. High school relationships are they're not it. They're not a vibe. They're not what, Patty. They're not this amazing thing that you need in high school. You do not need a significant other. You don't need a significant other in high school, and you don't need a significant other to live your life. You need to establish yourself as an individual. Do not go to high school and establish yourself as a relationship, because once you break up with them and once you lose them, you are going to lose yourself, because you established yourself with a certain friend group. Oh, you established yourself with a certain person. Once this person leaves, which most people do, you're going to be alone and you're going to be confused, and you wasted all that time in high school latching on to someone and not being able to find out who you are and what you want to do. High school is the best time to establish yourself as an individual and as a person, as you go through academic challenges, as you go through schools, as you go through social clubs, as you go through friends. This is the best time to find yourself. You may find yourself liking someone, and you may find yourself with a crush. Now, a lot of you guys wanted to know how to approach your crush. I'm gonna let you know straight up, hey, I like you. Do you like me? If so, we can talk and get to know each other and then eventually date. And if you don't like that proposition, I will go on to the next person. I find that simple for me to do because I am a very blunt and outgoing person, so I don't get social anxiety. But I know a lot of people tend to get social anxiety and don't want to be that blunt, or fear rejection even. So when you approach your crush, try to be you. I say always build a friendship first and see if you like them, because I promise you, people be good looking and they do not have a good personality. If you become friends with a person, you can see their behaviors and their tendencies before you develop a relationship with them. Also, friendship is a good foundation for relationships because you already know how to communicate as a friend, and it's always better to just jump into a relationship when you already have a strong bond or a strong friendship. Now, we have gone across this long line of you've established yourself, now you're in a relationship with this person, now you love this person, and this person hits you up like, hey babe, let me see your titties. Do not send nudes. I don't care who you are, what you got going on. Do not send nudes. That is the most dumbest thing to do in high school, is to send nudes, because once they are leaked, people will make their own assumptions about you. Now your entire reputation is ruined. You're going to get social anxiety even more. It is a catastrophe that I do not wish upon any of you guys. I don't care how many times they beg, how many times they ask, don't do it. As soon as they ask for pictures, videos, anything, instant turn off. I'm not interested. I don't like it. No, I'm good. Thank you though. Thank you for whatever this was, but I don't want to. And as soon as you break up with them, they're going to share it. They're going to leak it. While you're in the relationship, they're showing their people. It's everywhere. They're not keeping it a secret. Just don't do it. Especially if you're underage. That is child pornography. Now, how do you balance your relationship, your social life, and also school? This is a lot you're putting upon yourself. Honestly, I wouldn't even get in a relationship if you can't even balance your social life. You let your friendships teeter down for your relationship. Your friends are no longer want to be your friends because now you're only hanging out with your significant other. And you let your significant other draw down and your friends are up. Now you're not hanging out with your significant other. They don't want to be. It's a lot of conflict there. You need to have your time management down pat. You need to have your schedules down pat in order for you to balance both of these situations. Now, you've done this entire long line of friendship, crush, relationship. What about if they break up with you? Breakups are a lot to deal with. Do not get overly attached to a person. Do not bet your happiness on a person. Find happiness with yourself before you date someone, so when they leave, you still have that happiness within you and you can go about your time, you can go about your day. And also, breakups and that stress upon you can affect your schoolwork and your classwork, which we are about to talk about right now. Classes. How am I going to get from class to class to class to class all in an amount of time? The bell's going to ring, I'm going to be late. You need to be the first one up and out of that door if you know the walk is long. We had 5 minutes to get to classes and I was never late, but a few times there was crazy traffic, so I would run a little bit behind how I usually be. I would get there right at the bell depending on the traffic. Even if you have nowhere to go, it's somebody behind you that has somewhere to go, and you're taking up hallway space by standing there talking about so and so and the classes got going on. Go! Get to stepping. Move. What classes should I take? It depends on what you want to do after high school. If you plan on going to college for a specific thing, make sure you take classes that align with that. Make sure you take your required courses your freshman year, so you can knock that entirely out of the way and you can have free time for your sophomore, junior, and senior year. What classes you take. And if you don't like your classes, you can always talk to your guidance counselor. Make your guidance counselor your best friend. And dual enrollment or advanced placement classes. I took advanced placement classes, but I suggest taking dual enrollment. Dual enrollment almost guarantees you get that extra college credit if you are going to college. Now, if you're not going to college, AP, dual enrollment, it really doesn't matter. You can instead take honors classes and you can still graduate with honors on your diploma. Are grades really important? I'm finna be so honest with you guys. And remember, this is from me. This is from me. Now, if you want some outside information, you go to some outside people, but this is from me. Come close. Come very close. You do not need to stress yourself out about grades and about classes, especially if you're not going to college after high school. if you're going to trade school, if you're going straight into a job, if you're going to try something else and you know college for a fact is not for you, do not stress yourself out. Do not do it. It's not even worth it. You're going to get the same diploma as everyone else by getting C's. As long as you graduate. My go-to thing is make sure you complete the work. Make sure you complete the work. Even if you don't know what you're doing, complete the work. A lot of times teachers will grade for completion and not accuracy. So long as you go in there and you complete the work and you try, you're going to pass. No teacher is going to actively allow you to fail. How to bring grades up if you are failing. Like I said before, guidance counselor is your best friend. So when you're failing, your guidance counselor will tell you and let you know that you are failing classes, or the teacher will allow you, or the teacher will tell you that you are failing their class. How to bring it up? You need to ask them for extra credit work. You need to ask them to be able to redo assignments, to stay after class. Grades are low because you do not understand the material. Ask questions. Oh my goodness. When you raise your hand, this is not what's going to happen. Oh, y'all look. She got her hand raised. She's stupid. She don't know what's going on. She don't know the material. She's stupid. I can't believe that. It's so easy. This girl is stupid. That's crazy. You're there to learn. They don't know what's going on either. Nobody knows what's going on. Your brain is a clean slate. So ask all the questions you want. I know for myself, when we ask questions, it stalled the teacher. So a lot of times we wouldn't get homework because we were asking so many questions about the material. The teacher would just be like, you know what, forget it. Y'all obviously need a little bit help. How to not procrastinate in classes. A lot of times you find yourself wanting to be on your phone, wanting to play the game, wanting to go outside, wanting to talk to friends when you need to be doing work. You need to see work as immediate. Do it now because it's going to hinder you later on. Time is very important. You will never get time back. Multitask. A lot of people say, oh, you cannot multitask. Multitasking is not possible. Multitasking is very possible. You listening to some Hertz meditation music, 435,200, do some work. Do some work. How to focus in class. There's not a lot of things that will be going on in the class that will not have you focusing. You need to have a good friend group to where when they see that you're not really focused, they put you on the right track. Those are the type of friends you need. You need friends that will put you on the right track, not friends that will keep with you. You need friends that will be like, girl, shut up. I know you see me trying to do this work. At the time, it will hurt. You're gonna be like, oh snap, they think I'm annoying, they think all these things about me. No, they're trying to put you on the right track and it's going to put you there. How to avoid stressing in classes. The easiest way to avoid being stressed out in class is doing your work, getting things done, asking questions, everything. If you apply yourself to everything that I previously said, you should see yourself being very stress-free. Now, a big stress factor for me in high school was group projects. Oh my goodness. I hate group projects. I still hate group projects. I hate group assignments. I hate when I have to rely on somebody else to do something because 9 times out of 10 they will not do it. When you get assigned a group project, this is not the time for you to go with your friends. Unless you have really good friends who are focused, smart, on the right track. Group projects with your friends, it sounds amazing, it sounds fun, but you need to know your friends. You need to know what they're good for, and you know your friends. You know your friends are going to wait until 11 o'clock at night to turn in their portion of the project, and y'all are going to be scrambling for that last hour to get everything turned in by midnight. Do not go with your friends. Go with strangers. Sarah is the smartest person in class. Go with Sarah. Now, how do you maintain a job while in high school? I would not advise you getting a job in high school because it is going to be stressful and it is going to be difficult. But I do know a lot of people have a financial situation to where they need a job, and jobs are that teenage experience. But if you can do without a job, do without. Mooch off your parents for as long as you can. If you cannot and you need to get your own financials, make sure you get a job to where they don't overwork you. They don't overwork you for minimum wage, first of all. Do not go above and beyond at your job. And I say this because a lot of jobs will see you going above and beyond, and they will put a lot more on you. If they call you and say, can you come in today? Say no. No, they're going to stop calling you. They're going to stop calling you to come in. And if they fire you, so what? Everyone is hiring. Everyone is hiring. Target is a good place to work at. I love working at Panera Bread. Starbucks is a good place to work at. If you are a senior, a lot of you are dealing with senioritis with your classes, and you're kind of more relaxed, mellow, and you're like, F it, forget everything, it's the last year, I'm already accepted into my college. And a lot of you ask me how to deal with that. You don't. I promise you, you do not. But let me warn you, schools can revoke your scholarship. So if you know that you need to stay on track, stay on track. But if you already got accepted and you already done signed in and you're like, I'm accepting my scholarship, everything is done and good, and you in those classes and they talking about some homework assignments for 10 points, 10%, if you don't throw them in the garbage and mind your business and go about your day, senior year is the year for you to relax. You did it. You're done. Hallelujah. 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 Now with classes come teachers, and with teachers come principals, and with principals come that one lady with a whistle in the hallway whistling at you because your skirt's too short. This is how you deal with them. Do teachers really not baby you in high school? This is a myth. This is a myth. You're in middle school right now. They're going to say, oh, when you're in high school, they're not going to give you no warnings. It's just an F. They're not. No. They do not want you to fail. They want you out of there. When I say teachers want you out of there as of yesterday, teachers was on my back asking me about assignments that I already said, no, I'm not finna do. I promise you, teachers, I'm not saying they baby you, but it's not, oh, it's strict, F in the book, forget it. No. They're going to tell you. They're going to say, hey, you haven't turned the assignment in. Can you get it in? Hey, I mean, it honestly felt as if I just went to longer middle school. Once you go to high school, they're not just going to treat you to the wayside because you're in high school now. No, they're still going to ease you into high school. How to deal with rude teachers. Typically, teachers aren't rude. It's typically the students. So if you find yourself giving attitude, you're typically going to receive attitude back. That is why it is so important to be friends with your teacher. Be nice to everyone, including teachers. Teachers can help you so much. If you have a question on a test and you go up to the teacher and they're your friend, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to tell you flat out. They're just going to tell you the answer, and that's it. Now, if you being rude and stuff, they're going to look at you like, wait, what you want? No, I'm not going to tell you what 2 + 2 is. Maybe it's red. They're not going to help you. And also, you need to be friends with your teachers because you're going to need them for teacher recommendations later on. And I'm saying teacher recommendations for anything you want to do. Internships, college, you want to go get a job. A teacher recommendation can hold some weight. Make sure you become good friends with all of your teachers. Stay close to them because you're going to need them for material. You're going to need them for questions. You're going to need them for everything. So just follow their rules and listen. A lot of times their rules aren't that strict. Now, let's get into the real rules. The real rules of the school. Okay? Dress code. Ooh, if you have a dress code, we absolutely hate it, but you have to follow it. A lot of times I went graphic t-shirt, cool sneaks, some jeans, and I skated by. I was perfectly fine. A few times I would wear a dress that was a little questionable. I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. If you have a figure, when I say figure, I mean you got a big booty, you got some big chocolate, baby, you can't wear, you're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. We really need to talk about how the dress code was created by a group of men saying what they found attractive on little girls, but that has nothing to do with me minding my business. The phone rule is annoying, but listen to it. Unless you want your phone, give it to your mother. But I always had an extra backup phone, a broken iPhone 11. So they call me on my main phone and they say bring your phone here. I would just bring them that broken phone and have fun with it. I don't need it. I have this phone. Those were typically all the rules that I had a problem with in high school. Everything else is sensible. Don't do crack in the hallways. Don't be snoring on no meth. Don't be having booty sex on the steps. Don't be in the cafeteria trying to eat a little cooter. Don't do that. School is such a weird experience because you would wake up at 7 a.m. and go to school, and it would be people fighting at 7 a.m. and then you would go to lunch and you would be served a cheeseburger with milk. It's a really weird experience, but you're going to get used to it. You're going to get used to it. It's like prison. Other than classes being important, the next important thing is extracurriculars in sports. You need to join a sport, and it could be bowling or it could be football. You need to join a sport. Sports add to the resume, and if you don't join a sport, you need to at least join a club. If you don't want to do it, join a club. Join a club. Join a club. Don't join one club. Join as many clubs as you can, and also try to get a leadership role within these clubs. If there is a club that your school does not have, or your school does not have any clubs that you are completely interested in, or you think they're just all trash clubs, create a club. All you need is a sponsor, and you just need to approve. And a sponsor is just a teacher. A lot of times teachers stay after school anyways, so that's literally all you need. Somebody could have straight A's, no clubs, no extracurriculars. They want to see that you are a well-rounded person, and clubs show that. So if you have straight B's but you were president of the LGBTQIA club, you were president of the minorities club, it shows that you are well-rounded and you also know how to take leadership responsibilities. We're getting deep. We're almost done with this guide, and I hope I answered everybody's questions, because I put the survey out and I put down all the questions and I ran through them, and I hope your question is answered. But we are now at the style and hygiene section. How do you smell good in high school? I don't know why so many people asked me this question. Hygiene in high school, the most important thing. Hygiene in high school is more important than style in high school. Take a bath. Take a bath. You stink. You smell. Go home. Take a bath, whether that be night or in the morning. Nobody care. And if you have an issue to where you cannot bathe at home, a lot of times schools do have showers, and that is only you getting to school a little bit earlier. If you tell a teacher about your situation, a lot of times teachers will help you. Teachers will help your situation at home. If you do not have any soap, a lot of times teachers will buy you soap. If you do not have any deodorant, if you go to your guidance counselor, if you go to the office, they have things that they can help you with. Lunch. Nothing is wrong with eating a school lunch at school. Nothing is wrong. They're gonna be like, eat, but you done ate. Nothing is wrong with eating school lunch. It's been times where I ate my lunch and I would eat my friends' lunches. I would be hungry. School, you can eat. What should you wear in school? You should wear whatever you're comfortable with. If you have social anxiety but you want to showcase yourself, I would say don't wear nothing too flashy. And what I mean showcase yourself is this: if you love Naruto but you have social anxiety, or you're scared of people, or you're just simply scared, I would not say go to school in a Naruto Party City costume, but I will say get you a cool little graphic t-shirt from Hot Topic with the anime on it, and you know, people gonna be like, oh, that's cool. But if you have social anxiety, I wouldn't recommend going to school in a full-on costume, because of the simple fact you are going to draw attention to yourself, and that's going to trigger your anxiety. I would say fly under the radar if you don't know what to do. But if you are out there and you know what you want to wear, wear it. Baby, if you want to go to school in a trash bag. Oh, I need you guys to get close to me because I'm going to talk about a situation. Your period. If you do not have a period, you can skip this section of the video and go here. Do not skip out on your bath in the morning. If you have a fear of bleeding out, wear an adult diaper. Y'all are not going to have to go to another video. I am hooking y'all up in this one complete video. So these are period diapers. Very nice, very comfortable, very sleek, very undetectable. No one is going to know you have them on. Okay, they block odors, keep everything nice and tight, and you do not smell. So what this is, you want to put this on straight out the shower, nicely bathe, nicely shower, put this on, and you put a pad on. Now the reason for this is because you can't go to school and just be changing the diaper constantly. So what you do is you have a pad and you have a diaper, and you simply put the pad in the diaper and you change your pad out. This helps with leakage, and this helps make sure you do not stink. Throw it away, and make sure you wrap it up with some tissue paper and throw it away. Don't just leave your bloody pad stuck on the wall. Don't put your pad in the toilet because now it's clogged up. Don't leave it. Throw it away, please, and wrap it up in some toilet tissue because a lot of people, blood triggers them, and it's kind of nasty to see in the garbage can, even though we're all women here. With that being said, with us being all women, if you don't have a pad and you start your period, first of all, if you know your period time is coming up, these right here, ultra thins, you put these in your panties. Don't start your period. These are like little panty liners. For me, they're just a little bit more absorbent. So if you're leaky, put this on. If you don't know if your period is done, put this on. If you go to school and you start your period and you are very shy with asking any of the other girls, oh my goodness, I used to hate that so much. The girl that would try to be like, hey, do you have a pad? Oh, yeah. Here, like I said. But if you are uncomfortable, go to the guidance counselor, go to the main office. They're going to have everything you need, and they're going to say, here, get one, get some. And if you have a locker, I always say, make you a period emergency bag. College life plans and after high school. This is mainly for my seniors and my juniors. You want to start preparing for college your junior year. You need to know which colleges you want to apply for. You need to know the requirements for the scholarships, and you also need to start applying for scholarships. That way you can have as much scholarship money as possible your senior year, because you do not want to pay. And if you make this guidance counselor your best friend, they are going to try to help you in every which way possible because they want you to succeed, especially. What if you don't know what you want to do? You have 4 years to figure it out. You have 4 years to figure out what you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do by the time you're a senior and you simply just don't know, you can either go to community college for your free 2 years, or you can just not. I mean, it's your life. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. How do you prepare yourself to graduate? All you need is your requirements. Make sure you have your requirements. I promise you, if you don't, teachers will tell you. Your senior year is the year they make your schedule to fit and have all your requirements. Knock your requirements like your freshman year, you will not be stressing out about them your senior year. How do you apply to colleges and become friends with the admissions office at the college that you really want to go to, or become friends with some alumni of the college? Get to know everything, so when you apply, they already know who you are. They already have a gauge, and I promise you, application process is going to be so easy for you. Now that we are done talking about your senior year, that's it. That's all. Now that we are done talking about what you're going to do after high school, college life, that's it. That's all.